Hi, I'm your L7 movie guy, Pierre Marks. This is the recommendation show for all your streaming services and reviews. Let's get started. First up we have is The Long Walk, a horror film where teens participate in a grueling, high-stakes contest that every contestant must continuously walk until they drop, or they will be shot by a member of their military escort.
This is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for fighting, this is for fun.
Now, I must say this was a lot more entertaining and brutal than I thought it was gonna be. That is all credited to Stephen King's writing and pacing of the story. As for the production aspect of this film, I would say they did a very good job in bringing a very grim cinematic look to it that ultimately screams Full Metal Jacket as well as small town USA vibes, which is due to the scenery, the wardrobe, as well as the military vehicles and weapons being used in this. And from all this gives you some explosive, dramatic, gruesome moments.
You're my brother.
When it comes to the actors and the characters that they played, I would say they all did an excellent job. That's because every character in this had something different to offer. Whether it was lots of dramatic, heartfelt scenes or a little bit of comic relief, there was just a little bit of everything, which gets you ultimately invested in seeing them succeed, and then some of them maybe not to succeed. Especially Mark Hamill's character, because he was so evil in this that you built up this hatred towards him and you just really wanted to see him fail.
He's pure evil.
With that being said, I will say this was like a battle royale idea that was executed pretty well. Even though this was totally impossible and totally not able to succeed in reality. And with an ending that gives you what you really ultimately want, but without any real change or impact inside the world they live in, as well as though this was still a big surprise because it was basically about a story, walk till you drop. Which is why I'm going to give this one a yay. But for an audience thumb scale, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Second up we have is Riff Raff, a crime comedy where a criminal tries to enjoy a normal, peaceful life with his wife and son. However, his past soon catches up with him when he learns that notorious gangsters Lefty and Lonnie are out to get them all.
I want you to get this fuck where he breathes. I want you to find this Nancy boy Elliot Ness. I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground. I want to go to the middle of the night. I want to piss on his ashes.
With a range of well-known actors and some unknown actors, this one starts off pretty simple enough. It definitely focuses on establishing characters as well as their backstories, but I will say that some actors and actresses fit their characters better than some other actors did. Still though, everybody did a good job, I guess, and tried to play their characters the best way they could, even though most of it felt pretty dry at times. The major standouts in this were probably the two goon characters as well as the internal family characters. They all had something very much in common with each other that was like really entertaining, and that was like this East Coast rough attitude vibe as well as a small criminal mafia type vibe to them as well, which played out for some cruel humorous moments as well as some tragic love moments too.
Karen, take it easy. Okay?
Do you love her? Do you?
When it comes to the production as well as the directing in this, I would say it kind of felt a little bit flat and was not very ambitious as well. That's because from a technical standpoint, it doesn't give you anything impressive or new in terms of cinematography, editing, as well as pacing of the story. But I will give credit where credit is due, and that is to the director, because at least he put effort into this. He definitely has an understanding for the basics as well as a voice for the family dynamic part of the story. It just came across to me at least that he grew up with people, or might have grown up with people, that had this stereotype East Coast attitude to them.
He was dirty, Ma!
I can't hear this. I won't hear it. He was an angel.
Oh, that's right. Angel Joey. Great Joey. Perfect Joey.
I gotta go to the church.
In the end, I found this one to be okay, but nothing to boast about. It just took too long for anything interesting to happen, as well as get invested in. When it comes to the characters and the overall plot, it's nothing new, and it's something that we've seen many times before. So that is why I'm going to give this one a nay. But for an audience thumb scale, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. Last up we have is A Woman in Cabin 10, a thriller mystery that takes us on a lavish yacht for a journalist's assignment, which takes a dark turn when she sees a passenger go overboard and disappear. But since nobody believes her, she risks her life as well as everything to uncover the truth.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
For the production of this film, I would say it definitely has the right tone and look for a rich person's murder mystery. That's because of the cinematography as well as the color grading. It gave a good mixture of the TV shows You as well as Billions, which gives us glimpses of high society as well as the power that comes with it. The director and the editor, though, make their jobs feel somewhat effortless in this film. That's because they took classic mystery tropes that we've seen a billion times and make them feel somewhat slightly fresh. This is through good pacing as well as building up of tension moments. The only thing, though, is that the writing in this felt a little too predictable.
Well, duh.
As for the characters and actors that portrayed them, I would say they were not very complex at all, and that they did the best they could with the dialogue that was given to them as well as the direction they were given. The only two that really kind of stole the show, if anything, was probably Keira Knightley as well as Guy Pearce. They were just able to showcase moments of panic as well as charm in their characters that ultimately was convincing enough to get you somewhat excited to see them on screen, which I believe is purely for the fact that they were the most recognizable as well as the most famous people that we saw in this film. Everybody else, though, was pretty much forgettable and they did the best they could. I just think they were just there to deliver exposition dialogue.
I can explain.
You don't have to.
Overall, this was not very special, even though I really wanted it to be. It just didn't bring anything new or unique to the table when it came to a murder mystery. If you like classic British whodunit type mysteries, then I would say definitely check this one out. But I feel the only thing that could have made this movie be better was maybe some more murders or maybe some more higher stakes involved in the story. So that's why I'm going to give this one a nay. But for an audience thumb scale, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Well, that's all the time we have. As always, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you liked any of the movies we discussed, please leave a comment down below. Have a good weekend, and may the movies be with you. Lates.